Welcome to the Mixt Nutz comedy podcast, everyone. Today we've got Manos, Koutsis. Hello.
Yo.
We've got Peter St. James. Hello.
Hello.
And we've got Quincy The Cockney Prince. There's so much to talk about. How was your Christmases, people? You've had good ones?
Great Christmas, yeah. Lots of food, stayed home.
Exactly the same. I stayed home, chilled with the family. The only thing I can say that during Christmas dinner, my mum cooked spare ribs so nice that it chipped my tooth.
Oh, really?
That's how much I was enjoying that spare rib. You know what
Is
I mean?
that why you have no tooth?
The gap at the back? Yeah, it's right here. So
That's from spare ribs.
that is not spare ribs, not a rib. Yeah, spare ribs. There was multiple. I was gorging on like a Viking. And they just let me know, don't eat pork.
Wow.
That's why the Muslims don't.
And
Okay.
how are you dealing with that?
£600 down, I'm getting a new set of teeth. And do you know what it was? I was actually getting my teeth done this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't go in Turkey. I'll keep the money back, keep the money in Britain. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm going to pay double the fee.
Yeah.
But it was the gods, the tooth fairy saying, you know what? I want you to fork out the first week of the new year, 600 quid. That was the fairy. That's a tooth fairy.
Wow. And is it going to be the original tooth that they're going to put back in?
No,
Or
this is the funny thing about it.
What do they
It
do?
chipped.
Yeah.
It chipped, and then it was loose, and I don't know if it's for the podcast, but I lost it either while I was brushing my teeth or when I was with my missus.
This is a family show, Quincy. Family
And
show.
you'll never know. You'll never know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. I mean, hey, Peter, don't hold back. You've had the best Christmas of all. What did you get up to?
Oh.
I was playing Santa Claus in a grotto in Dubai.
Busy putting together all the presents for all the good boys and girls around the world.
Go on, and how did it go?
It was interesting. It's bizarre because like Dubai, you know, it's a non-Christian country, and yet you just cannot get away from Christmas.
Really?
Absolutely everywhere you go, there's Christmas music playing.
Wow.
In the bars, anywhere, it's just non-stop. But it's not a place I would go on holiday. You know, you might as well go to Westfield for a holiday. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of shopping malls.
Yeah.
And
I think that just emphasises the whole Christmas equals money, PR.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, and capitalism
yeah.
at its finest.
Yeah, but it was interesting sort of being in the grotto and sort of the different families that came in, you know, but all faiths, you know, all races seem to love Santa Claus. Yeah, we couldn't call him. Couldn't call him Father Christmas in Dubai. It had to be Santa
really?
Claus.
Oh, really?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because the
Christ.
father.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So it was
I
Santa
never knew
Claus.
that.
Yeah.
So what was it? So you have like young children and that come and sit next to you, ask you what they want, the old classic.
Yeah.
What would you like for Christmas?
Yeah, well, what it is, it's sort of supposed to be an experience. They go in and there's fake snow, so they can have a snowball fight, and then they write what their wish list for Santa, and then they go into a post room with an elf, and they get get their letter stamped, and then it goes through a letterbox, and then they go through a magic door, and there's Santa Claus. And you ask them what they want, have they been good, what they want for Christmas, and they have their photo taken with you, then you give them a little present as a thank you for coming.
Do the kids ever come back and complain? Like last year, I wrote my list, I put it in the mailbox, I didn't get what I wanted, Santa, where's my elephant?
Well, this is it, because we were supposed to be there till the 6th of January.
Yeah.
Because apparently that's when the Russians celebrate their
Oh yeah,
Christmas.
yeah. I'm Orthodox, but we don't celebrate it in Greece. We still don't. You know, we go to church though.
I find it funny that you, as Santa Claus, you ask the children, "Have you been good?" And he's like, "I live in Dubai."
I have to be good.
Do Dubai kids ask for much more than the usual kid, or what would you think?
Well, it was bizarre this year. On the top of most of their list was slime. They wanted slime.
Slime? Ghostbuster slime?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or what type of...
Kids are into slime these days.
Yeah,
Yes.
and but some wanted cats, dogs, ducks, live ducks. It was bizarre. Something.
Anyone want the truth?
Surely they've got because I think the kids in Dubai are probably spoiled.
Well, it's not just kids from Dubai. You got the tourists.
Tourists.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. Like I had a woman come in with her 12-year-old daughter, and she was from New Delhi, and she was sort of saying, "This is the first year that my daughter knows that Santa Claus isn't real," and it was interesting because it was like she was enjoying it more than her daughter. And I found out a lot of the parents, it was more for them than it was for the kids, having the photo opportunity with Santa, and they give you their 3-week-old baby to hold. And,
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was quite a fascinating experience.
I mean, I might be a little... In the Muslim faith, though, you got Ramadan,
Yeah.
but are there presents?
There didn't used to be back in the day, but now we're Muslims. Fellow listeners, I am of a Muslim background.
We've got one Muslim guy here.
We've
so
got
we're
behind the camera.
Act on it.
Behind the camera, because that's what Mixt Nutz is, diversity. But yeah, we didn't used to, and now they're competing with. So now you get everything like lights and all this stuff and big cards. And before it was all about the fact that you could just eat again was the biggest thing.
This is what I find with Ramadan. It is probably still traditional, but I've seen it throughout the years change.
For sure.
And the fact that you could eat again was like, I remember doing it with one of my friends. I lasted literally a day, and he said, "We're going to eat at 3 in the morning," and I remember saying to him, "That's going to sit in your stomach, mate."
It really, I mean, in a way I feel, because obviously I interact with many Christians out there, but I just feel, in a way, it's like Muslims feel that they were trying to compete with this big juggernaut that is Christmas. So they were trying to, hey, we're going to do is, you do that, you do that, you do that.
Sure.
So it's interesting, but at the same time, being a positive news podcast, I like the idea that people always talk about, oh no, Muslims coming over here, take Sharia law, and then in Dubai, loads of Christmas trees. And
Everywhere. You can't get away from it.
Coca-Cola?
Yeah. I tell you another thing that was interesting being over there, though. On the metro, so many guys offered me their seat. Yeah.
You weren't in Father Christmas uniform.
No, it's me. I suppose because 65-year-old white man, I don't know, but they wouldn't offer the seat to a lady, but they'd offer the seat to me. So that was.
Did you take the seat?
Yeah, sometimes. But then it was like they were offended if you said, "No, I'm okay."
Really?
It's like, well, I've offered it to you.
Give it to your wife.
Go to your pregnant
wife.
And another interesting thing was being the Santa Claus, we couldn't go out of the compound, the grotto.
Oh, right.
So our dressing room was within there, but the elves, their dressing room was 2 floors up in what was a first aid room, and they got robbed.
What?
Yeah.
That's a brave room.
I know, and the security guards come and the police come and they say, "This never happens in Dubai," and we say, "But it has happened in Dubai." Yeah, the girls had their passports taken. Yeah, and they got most of it back. Yeah,
passports not really been robbed. That's just being borrowed.
What do you mean? How they
Right. Yeah.
They found. The guy he was of an Indian background.
We're not saying now, gentle listeners, we're not saying all Indians are responsible for crime.
As the podcast takes a turn.
So I don't know what happened to him. They didn't tell us. Yeah.
I've never been robbed by anyone from India.
Thank you, Manos. Thank you for bringing it up. Okay, so being a podcast about good news, I mean, how do we deal about good news in certain things? The grooming gangs debacle coming over here with Elon Musk's tweets and Twitter stuff. So we're going from a country with a Muslim country that's accepted Christmas and Christianity and integrated, and we're going over to the UK where apparently Muslims aren't integrating. I don't know if I think I've done pretty well in integrating, but what do you guys, any good news out of that? I would say the good news is that Farage and Elon Musk aren't together anymore.
I think the only good news out of that particular story that is being spoken about and is being highlighted of what does happen around the world, not just here in the UK. And it's the fact of, because of this controversy, taxi drivers are going to lower their prices,
Controversial as ever, Quincy. Controversial as well.
Mate, I'm not paying that.
Manos, what do you think in terms of community cohesion and stuff like that? We can talk about Elon's tweets about Canada or Trump's tweets about Canada taking over.
Breathe.
First of all, what does cohesion mean?
People getting along.
People getting along, yeah. Look, Elon Musk, I don't know what to say. I mean, he's from South Africa, which is cool.
And South Africans are cool.
It just shows you what money does. I used to look up to Elon Musk. He was my favorite billionaire until like I got more insight into what he's actually about. But I do find him inspiring. The guy created PayPal. He sold it. He almost lost all his money creating Tesla, and he's trying to get people on Mars and everything. But he's got the cash. He's gonna go around and do his thing.
For me, it just, people like Elon Musk, it emphasizes that when you have so much money and power, you have no friends, and you're always looking for the next high. He's like a drug addict. He's always looking for the next high. I only heard of him during lockdown, because if Kanye West didn't mention him, I would never have heard of him.
Right.
And then for me, it also exercises the fact of the freedom of speech. I'm not really. He does what he does because he's never been punched in the face.
Right. But I think the most important thing is whatever Elon does, we must carry on.
Well, it's good. It's good. It'll make the cut. But yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we can take
tell us as a Canadian, interesting things have been happening. Justin Trudeau, the best looking prime minister. Is he a prime minister or a president?
Prime minister.
He's a prime minister. Best looking prime minister is stepping down. What do you think of that?
I think it's unfortunate, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
You're a fan?
I'm not really, I don't know much about his policies. I know a lot of people don't like him, but as I was saying, I think, when you compare him to Trump, Starmer, he's the best looking. He's the most well-spoken. And for me, I just think he was a good prime minister because he legalized marijuana. Nationwide, Americans did it in certain states, but Canada said, no, marijuana is going to be legal everywhere.
Yeah.
And as a result, crime has gone down. The drug dealers...
The munchies have gone up.
Exactly. It's only a positive thing for the economy. And it's actually a genius political move, because maybe that's why he got 3 terms.
Because they put the so stone, they put it in 1 term.
Yeah.
That's how good the weed is in Canada.
So your Canadian family and friends are big fans or not fans? What would you say? How many of them would be fans of Trudeau? How many would be?
I think my mother doesn't like him. I'm not sure. I haven't questioned her because I saw she put something on Facebook. That's how I found out. It's just she put a post on Facebook. So I wasn't sure if it was in a positive or negative light that he might step down.
I think the fact that your mum's on social media makes your mum actually cool.
Yeah, a lot of people think that, yeah. She was an activist as well in Greece when we had the Socialist Party uprising. She supported the Socialist Party, which was the first time one of the small parties overtook the 2 main parties. Of course, they just turned out being like everyone else, so now everyone hates them.
1984.
Yeah.
But you know what, as you're talking about Canada, I mean, for me, Trudeau's stepping down, legalising weed. The biggest news for me is your biggest input, Drake, disrespecting rappers. Now he's turned on basketball players. So basically, yeah. So because he can't win a rap battle against an actual rapper, he's actually turned and dissed LeBron James.
What's the story?
So the story there is basically he looked up to LeBron James as a sports individual, a basketball player, and LeBron James is supposed to have said a few things regarding Mr. Drake, and Drake has decided, like most rappers, to put it on wax and disrespect. So I'm waiting for LeBron James's comeback. I don't know if he's going to slam dunk extras. I don't know. It's like me challenging Beckham.
So what is he like? This is like a Trump situation where they just these rich people take things really personally, don't they? If you do something and they're just like,
they've got no friends.
That must be it. That must be it. It's just like, it's the same with Musk was really upset by people saying stuff, and you know the thing with Farage is that basically Elon Musk said good things about Tommy Robinson, who we all know isn't that much to be good said about, and
it depends.
Yeah. Here we go.
Everybody, I always say this here, regardless of what people are, this is a good podcast. People say some outlandish crap, yeah, but there's always some kind of truth in between it. Right. Even Candace Owens, I agree with at some point. So I'm just saying, I don't like Tommy Robinson, but there were 10% of me like, okay, then the fact that he's pissed off the elite.
Okay, all right. What?
Did they put him in jail?
Yeah, he's in jail
for 6 months or something.
He volunteered.
Oh, really?
Put him in jail.
No, he's in jail. He's in jail. And
he's in jail.
Musk has been saying that. Well, Elon Musk's father had a interview on LBC where Elon Musk said Tommy Robinson for Prime Minister. He wouldn't be surprised if that happens in the next few years. That's Elon Musk.
And do you know what? The way politics is going, I think people move out for his policies just to pee off the elite. That's where we're going, because that's how Trump got in.
Who knows? But yeah, I mean, he compared...
It's like cutting your nose off to spite your face, isn't it?
You know what I mean?
Nelson Mandela was in jail for protests, and he's saying Tommy Robinson is similar to Nelson Mandela.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Do you know Andrew Tate said he's going to run?
Yeah, Elon Musk said that.
Elon Musk's dad.
His dad.
Right.
His dad.
Well, there you go. Right, because clearly...
And you know that Andrew Tate has said on social media.
Oh yes, Andrew Tate. Yes.
He said he's going to run for Prime Minister.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
He might have a chance of winning.
Yeah.
Thoughts? Really?
He's good at public speaking. You know. As long as it's mainly men.
Under 15.
Yeah. Insecure men.
Yeah, teenage boys seem to...
Impressionable men.
Yeah, seem to find him...
Yeah, there's a trait there in grooming gangs.
But it's like what you said. Andrew Tate, though, I do like a lot of the stuff he says. Not about being a man stuff, but he's got a lot of good gems about being a business person.
Even
right.
Some of our elites, some of our I believe that the richer you are, like the Elon Musks of this world, it's like the more money they make, it's like the less friends or personality they. This is why I'll always love to be broke.
Did you know it's scientifically proven that the more money you have, the more likely you are to lose empathy?
That's right.
They did these tests.
Is it that way, or do you have to be less empathic to make money? Is that how it works? Or?
It's chicken and egg, I guess, and it doesn't apply for everybody. But they did these tests where like they'd have someone cross the street, and across the board, you know, the more expensive cars don't stop for you on average, you know, whereas the cheaper cars do.
Yeah.
And the amazing test they did was they had these chocolates, these candies in a room, and they told the participants, just wait here and don't eat these candies because they're for some kids coming in to do an experiment later. And, you know, the poorer people, they still took some candies, but only a few. Yeah. But the rich people, they took loads of the candy. Yeah.
That's like the if you notice the truckers in the street, they're always in working class areas asking for charity. The charity guys, You never see him in rich areas or affluent areas. You don't see him in like Richmond or Surrey. You see him in Oxford Street. You see him in Camden, Hackney, Brixton. You see him in those areas where the people ain't got no money. And like, man, you need to jump on the train, go to Surrey, in a village or Mews.
Speaking of rich people taking things, so beyond Canada, there's a place called Greenland. Have you been?
Yeah.
Have you been? Guess who wants a piece of that now? So, yeah, Trump. Have you heard of? Yeah,
Trump?
Yeah.
Okay.
Heard of that? What do you think?
I was watching one of his speeches, and he was basically talking about wanting to take the Greenland, and Norway have said, if you do that, I'm going to release the geezer. I'm going to release that geezer. What's his name?
Elvis? What? No.
The guy who killed all those people in the
Epstein? No, who? What?
They killed all the kids in the island.
On the island, yeah.
Who killed kids?
You cut this anyway. So the joke was,
Yeah.
if he wants to take over Greenland,
Yes.
Norway, they have come back at him saying, not on your Nelly,
Right.
we're going to release.
Oh, what's his name? Andreas Breivik or whatever that guy.
Yes,
is.
we're going to release
With
him.
you. Right.
Yeah.
Denmark, land of Danish pastries and Vikings.
Hank Christian Andersen.
And bacon. And bacon, yeah. They are currently in charge of Greenland, and it's up to the Greenlanders. I don't know, are they Greenlanders or Greenlandic? I don't know what they call them.
Yeah, the way things are going right now, I can see the Avengers, literally, that's like the last scene of the Infinity War. Because it's like, and do you know what Trump mentioned as well? Is that he wants to take not only just Greenland, he's going to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Yes.
Sounds really good. just the name of it, and I was like, that's the closest to Trump you're going to get from me. But I was like, the Gulf of America, just a bit too wordy. You want to change it? It's like changing Prince Charles to King Charles. Don't sound right.
Well, let's see what happens. Do you think, Manos, that could happen? Trump taking over the Gulf of Mexico and changing its name? And Greenland?
Probably not.
I
don't think he's any match for the cartel.
100%. And with him talking, and it's like he's basically
Narcos, haven't you?
he's telling everybody that around the world, Denmark, Mexico, China, he's going to raise their tariffs, and he's like telling safe to Mexico, and it's like, well, you raise your tariffs, you raise your tariffs for cocaine. So it's up to you. Who's going to do that?
Right? Yeah.
What's Hunter Biden going to do?
Yeah.
So speaking of large drug takers, large drug takers, the Golden Globes were on recently. Did you guys catch any of that? Peter?
No.
I haven't watched it since our very own
Ricky Gervais?
Gervais. Since he left, I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
There's no point watching it.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the obviously coming from comedy backgrounds?
Yeah, I've seen her comedy. Heard
Is she
of
good?
it. Yeah, she's
good?
all right. Yeah, I've laughed at a few of her jokes. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. If I got watch the Globes and it's Spot the Black, don't watch it.
There was Denzel Washington was up for a Globe. That's his,
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
On his 70th birthday. He got freedom of the city or something, or America. Biden gave him freedom of the country or something.
He got a medal or something. Yeah,
Biden
he did.
Oh, he got a key or whatever it is.
Yeah, key to the
Biden
city.
thought he was Michelle.
Oh dear.
You all look alike.
Oh dear.
Any of the films that won? Have you seen any of the Golden
Well,
Globes?
I looked at all the nominations and winners, and I only saw two of the films, which were Wicked and Gladiator 2, which I both enjoyed.
Were they good?
Yeah, I mean, Gladiator 2 was more or less Gladiator 1.
Yeah.
It was the same story, basically. But it was,
Spoiler.
Just blacked up. Just black-faced.
Oh yeah, not Denzel. Denzel.
Oh,
Is,
Denzel.
Yeah, how was Denzel? Was he?
yeah, he was really good, yeah, he was very commanding,
But he
yeah.
was American.
Oh yeah, he didn't change his accent, no.
How do you feel about it?
Well, I think it'd be silly if everybody's trying to do Italian accents or something, you know.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? People should do how do you feel about it?
Traditionally, when you do an ancient Roman or Greek film, you need to have an English accent.
Because that's what they had.
The bad,
For some reason, that's
how did that happen?
And have you ever seen Julius Caesar done with Italian accents?
No.
I would love to see that.
That should be the way, shouldn't it?
It should be, yeah. Same like Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It should have been much more like an Italian accent because he came from Rome, right?
Yeah.
So don't understand that meaning. Any other films? Manos, have you seen any of the films that won Golden Globes?
I was happy Colin Farrell won for The Penguin.
Oh, you like that show?
Because, I liked it a lot, and I thought it was...
That's on my list to watch.
I think it's art.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it.
And not just him. I mean, he's great. You know, the way he transformed himself using a mask, that was very impressive. Right? You know, but all the actors in it are great. And it's just such a great story as well. You forget you're watching a DC comic. Yeah. It's like a proper story, and
as you
it's great.
Talk about that, I'm actually looking forward to be disappointed when Superman comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Really? You didn't like the trailer?
No, the trailer's amazing, but 9 times out of 10, whenever there's a Superman movie, because Superman's such a big character, you know what I mean, the films are normally, they haven't touched it since, God rest his soul, Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
Superman 2, the last, for me, the last best Superman ever.
Is that with Richard Pryor?
No, that's 3, that's terrible.
Oh, really?
That's so bad.
Superman
2 when he fights Zod.
But the new Supermans?
The new Superman, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm...
The other ones though, what the last few years?
Harry Cavill,
Henry,
sorry.
Yeah.
Apologise. That's into the Phantom Zone. I think he was a great Superman, but I don't think that DC, the storylines didn't help the character, and they tried to, because it's such a massive universe, they tried to squeeze everything in 2 hours. Yeah. Instead of just letting it breathe like Penguin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I personally feel it could have been a series or a trilogy of movies. There's only a certain amount of superheroes you want to see for 2 hours.
Well, no superhero movies were winning Golden Globes. It was you should check them out. So, The Brutalist. Have you heard of that film?
The who?
The Brutalist.
Yeah, I heard of it. I haven't seen it yet.
Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody plays a wonderful architect who survives concentration camps in World War II and then comes over to America. And so, we have it in London, the South Bank, it's all concrete. Yeah. That's brutalism. It's like a style of architecture that's just real brutal. It's about his story and it's meant to be really good. It's an independent film, actually. So
okay. What about, it was a thing in the Globes as well, the Juror? Was that
no, that was not. No, I mean it might have been.
Was that nominated?
Didn't win
I saw it, and
it's a good movie.
Very good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I watched it, I was like, "That's Beast. That's the guy who plays Beast."
Who plays what?
Nicholas
Beast. He plays Beast.
Nicholas Hoult.
Oh yeah. Did you know he's the kid?
About a boy.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's that kid in that.
I
thought I recognized him from somewhere.
He was in Channel 4 Skins, Series 2.
That was a really good movie. I'd recommend it. It should have been nominated, I think.
Yeah,
great.
That's on the list.
He's
great
also
script.
the new Lex Luthor as well. So.
Oh yes, he is. Yeah, in Superman is new.
And it leaves you thinking at the end. You know, it really thought provoking. It makes you wonder what would you do in that situation, which is great.
You've been in the jury before.
No.
Yeah, I've been there. I was the foreman. I was the guy.
Oh yeah.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, I was going to have to read that in the book because the rest of them didn't want to do it. I took great pride of saying, mate, he's like, come on, Jack. Okay.
Yeah.
He's guilty. Thumbs down, like the emperors.
Oh, sorry, wrong.
How did you?
Wrong era.
Peter, how did your jury service go? Was it?
Oh yeah,
boring.
Yeah, it was quite. It was basically schoolboys fighting outside the school.
Juicy one.
They take you to court for that.
Yeah.
My
one
God.
was, I can say it now because I think it's come out now. My one was an adulterer. And I spent more time.
That's a court thing as well.
No, but he tried to kill one of his.
That's a court
poison. Yeah, trying to poison one of his side things. But I spent more time. I wouldn't look at the evidence. Listen to the evidence. I'm like, but that's a rookie move, mate. Why would you meet her there and tell her? Nah, mate, you don't. I wouldn't give him tips.
Right.
I had to cheat properly.
Well, Don't think you can do that in a court. But okay, so Jura and some of the other films. I'm Still Here, Emilia Perez, A Decent Man. What else? Wicked, and Shogun won loads for TV series. So,
one more thing.
Yeah, go on.
So, as a non-actor guy, amongst active,
You've acted though, haven't you? You've done some acting.
Yeah, I've been in a movie, but I won't call it acting. I've been myself. I'm like a rapper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm like a rapper. Anyway,
long story.
The Golden Globes, is it TV and film?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's Netflix stuff in there. Does that cover that as well?
Yes.
So is 688 in there?
What?
688.
What's 688?
688 is a movie about a group of black women in World War II.
Oh yes, I've seen I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, Tyler Perry resonated and got his black card back basically because it's a movie about women being.
That should be nominated because I never
was
it. No, it wasn't.
I will tell you to everybody. Because I spoke to one of the actresses on my show last week.
Yeah.
I never heard because it just lets you know there's so much stories about the war that we don't hear of.
Oh yeah.
You know
Not trying to be cynical though. It is kind of, I find amusing that am I right? Basically, it's a bunch of African American ladies who, because of the war effort, they're called up, and the trailer looks like it's like seriously, dun 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 scary, and then but it's basically they go in and they have to sort out mail.
Yeah, and they sort them out, but this is what makes the film amazing because it shows you, which I never really appreciated. And if they covered this in the curriculum, school curriculum, wars are not just won by physical fighting. You know what I mean? It was like those letters were thousands of letters which inspired soldiers.
I appreciate
it. So it's like if you're waiting for a letter from your loved one, it ain't like, my WhatsApp ain't gone through. So it's just all different things. Yeah. And there was another movie with the guy who played Spider-Man when he
Garfield
when he didn't want to bear arms.
Oh yeah.
Thin Red Line.
They were all elements of stories coming out. Like I never heard of that story before because we've grown up knowing guns, trenches. You know what I mean? Rations. But there were people who were in those wars on both sides who had ethics, moral codes,
professionalism,
but ultimately they were fighting for people who can't fight.
Sure.
So I just want to big up. Don't cut this.
Yeah.
6888, Tyler Perry, you redeemed yourself, got back the black card.
Okay. Well, because I sort of
looks like Wicked took the place of that film then.
One of the actresses I spoke to, she's in Wicked as well. The actress is she's in Wicked as well.
Yes.
I haven't seen it yet. I've heard great things.
And do check out, obviously, from our podcast YouTube page, iMotion Media, we've got the one of the first few performances by Cynthia Everett on Harry Hill musical called I Can't Sing.
Isn't it great that no one's greedy? Yes, I can sing.
Which she was amazing. I mean, like, you could have seen back then, I think that was like 12 years ago, something like that. She performed in London.
Yeah.
Amazing voice.
I can sing.
And you could have just seen that she was going to go to better things. So, yeah, pretty amazing. Going into tooting our own horn, these are obviously Golden Globes are the big money, but what about the small money films? Like, let's talk about some of the projects you're working on. Manos.
Those are the good ones, yeah.
Tell us about, you got a project, we did a project.
We did a project together. We're still working on it, but we got the main of it filmed, the bulk of it filmed. It's called Party Planner.
Party Planner, what's it about?
It's about a drug dealer, and he's running away from his boss, and he ends up in a career coaching seminar with Coach Tom, and Coach Tom coaches him to be an independent, successful drug dealer, and they go through the trials and tribulations of that. It's based on, I got the idea for it because I was walking down Brick Lane in London, and I kid you not, 5-6 drug dealers gave me their business card. Business cards, yeah.
Are you winding me up?
No, serious. And the last one, it said party planner on it. And I thought, yes, that's genius. You know, because
I don't know if that is stupidity of the drug dealers or you've got the most unlooking police undercover face in the world.
no, I used to buy in Brick Lane. Well, I mean, they offer it to everybody, you know, but I used to actually go and buy weed.
Allegedly.
Near there.
The police. All right, calm down, Peter.
Near there.
The mere mention of drugs.
We might not want to mention
No,
the police records that.
Well, this is only fictional, of course.
Okay, sure.
Right.
Yeah,
if
let's
the
go.
police are watching, this is just a fictional. This isn't a confession. This is just a fictional story because we're talking about movies. But, you know, in this fictional past of mine where I did drugs, you know, I used to go up to them and just say, like, because they were all in the playground, and they had an Uber Eats bike as well, or Deliveroo, I think it was, and they would use that to deliver the drugs.
No way.
And I just went up and I said, "Hey guys, can I get some weed?" And they're like, "Are you a cop?" And I'm like, "Why would I be a Canadian cop?" You know, you know. But they were worried.
Hey guys, can I have some
yeah. and they were like, you know.
That's a white boy shit, boy.
I went right into the estate as well, you know.
Where is this?
Oh, God, hilarious.
Brick Lane. No, yeah.
Did they say to you, "Oh yeah, okay, let's go down that alleyway with them 8 black guys"?
Well, they helped me out, to be honest. But then I left that because after that I discovered on Brick Lane there was this amazing place. Funnily enough, Bengali on top of a Bengali like pool. Do you know what games do Bengalis play? Carom, yeah. Where you flick the thing, yeah. And so there was that, but next in the same building there's an intercom. You press the intercom, they just buzz you up, and then you go through another intercom, and the top floor.
You're snitching there.
Yeah.
No. I'm not, because this place doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what happened.
And they got caught.
And pool tables, and they were selling marijuana. There was a menu. They had Californian. They had whatever you want, and everybody was just smoking in there. You could, and it was great, right? And you don't have to call anybody. You just go in. You take what you want. You know, whatever.
Well, the good old days.
And then during COVID, you know, when they kind of laxed the first lockdown, I went there, and it was boarded up. And then I found East Ham Times to find out what happened. And it turns out that they were still operating during COVID, and the neighbors complained because people were going in and they could see groups hanging out together. But luckily the owners managed to escape from the back entrance, and they've opened somewhere else, but I don't know where. Yeah.
Well, my drug story is not as good as his, but I remember I was in Camden, I was offered drugs.
Yeah.
In Cannes?
No, I wasn't even offered it. Right, this is the thing. Everybody went, similar to yourself. Yeah. It was by the canal, and everybody, the guys said, "Everybody, do you want weed? Do you want weed? Do you want weed?" And then I was walking past a group of people, and they was offering like, "Do you want weed?" And they saw me and just didn't say nothing. And I was like, "What? Don't I smoke?" And I was like, looked at me like, "Come on, bro, you must have maybe your own." Like, the stereotypes. The stereotype, they didn't even offer it to me. They said, "You must have some." I'm not even wasting my breath to even ask you. Yeah, that was mine. Yeah.
I used to be really good at like finding drug dealers when I lived in East London. I mean, they're everywhere, you know. But I didn't have any numbers or anything, and I just went down and I would go up to people and be like, "Hi." And they're like, "What you after?"
You know what? That'd be a great section for a show, in it, just to see how gullible drug dealers. Just have people stand there, walk up to them, turn around, and say, "Hey guys, you got any weed?"
We'd like to keep telling, if any police members are watching this show, Manos is clean and doesn't do drugs.
Hey guys.
You can do a blood test on me in 3 to 6 weeks. It'll be fine.
What happened next then? So party planner.
Oh yeah, we were talking
Yeah,
about
man.
Party Plan.
Yeah. So you wrote.
Yeah, so I wrote it as the film. I just Tishad here, you said to me, do you have any ideas for any films? I said that one. You said let's do it, and I started writing it. And we workshopped it a bit, and it's pretty good, decent, I guess.
So then we went looking for money.
Oh yeah, and we went looking
Not
for
from
money.
drug dealers.
Yeah. And I learned, not from drug dealers. Yeah, maybe they.
It sounds like the money you would have got, you would have taken up to Brick Lane.
Yeah. No comment. Yeah.
And then what? We needed.
We did a fundraiser.
Right.
Let me just get on my knees and beg, please give us as much money as you can. We want to make a great movie, and we will make a great movie together. So thanks, and let's make a movie.
And, which was the first time I realized that making movies is basically going out begging people for money, to start, yeah. So it's a low budget film, but,
And you kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
Well, I felt guilty because all these people who had contributed that money, in a way it was good because it kind of motivated me to actually do it, because usually, I'm pretty prone to leaving things in the middle and not following through.
Yeah.
But this kind of got me to follow through, because otherwise I'd have to return the money to the people who donated, you see. And,
Drug dealers.
Yeah. And you don't want them on your bad side.
No, you don't know me.
And then we did the filming. Tell us about filming.
And then we did the filming.
How stressful was that?
It was stressful setting it up, but the day was all right for me. Probably more stressful for you, I guess. But the stressful part was getting everybody there, finding the place. Steve, who was on the show before, he kindly had a friend of his let us use, his place, his insurance office.
Yeah.
And it all came together, and I had to really be resourceful. And one girl who's in the film, Artem,
Tell us.
I met her because she's from Korea, and she just moved to London, and she was looking for a place, and we had a room at our house, and she came to see the room at our house, but she didn't like it, but we ended up talking, and I got her number, and I said, do you want to be an extra in this film? She's like, sure, yeah. And then
I find it amazing that people travel thousands of miles into a country and they're like, I'm looking for a place. Like, wouldn't you set that up before you leave?
Yeah. She was staying at an Airbnb until she found somewhere where she wants to live. Yeah.
Traveled.
She ended up on our film. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
And
She ended up in the movie.
now we're good friends, yeah.
You didn't ask me.
You were in Dubai.
No, we wanted you in the
We
film.
wanted
Yeah.
you in there, man. You were in Dubai doing
What's your Korean like? What does she play?
She plays one of the attendees at the seminar.
supporting artist.
She's a supporting artist.
Oh, okay.
But everyone who was an extra is gonna get a credit as an actor.
Because that's how we roll.
That's how we roll. Yeah, it's our way of saying thank you. I am.
The stand-up, what does that mean?
Just means that you're high up on the bill.
On the bill?
Yeah, you're
So
high
who
up.
recognises that? What government bodies recognise that?
Well, it'll go on IMDb in the end.
Yeah.
So
Internet Movie Database. If
That-
you're familiar.
that's
Do you know it? It's like it's basically every movie
It's
and
ever
who's
been.
worked on it is on there. It's like how would you do LinkedIn for movies?
I guess.
Or-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you put my name into a computer, the only thing that comes up is that
Yeah.
Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the only credit that comes up
Yeah.
if I put my name in the computer. Yeah.
Flash Gordon. That's a pretty
I've
cool
got
film.
one of those.
You want one?
I've got one of those. I mean,
IMDb.
you call it IMDb.
IMDb.
I've got one of those.
Cool.
In the long run.
Oh yeah, because that was the show with
Idris.
Idris Elba and Yeah, that was Sky TV. What was that?
Yeah, Sky One. Yeah,
Sky One.
I didn't even know I was on it until I was told. Like, you're on IMBD with B2C. I'm like, yeah, okay, then let's stop paying my rent.
Yeah.
And getting back, obviously we've got this podcast, but there's another thing that we're doing, which is called the Acting Coach Now, which is, tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, we've been really busy. I'm also doing the Method Acting Coach Now. We all have murderous thoughts. Hi, and welcome back to Method Acting Coach Now, which you can see on this channel.
Yes.
If you ever wanted to learn about method acting, I am your personal
What is
method acting.
method acting?
Method acting is where you take your own stuff and you channel it into the character and make art.
Let's use it on our amazing podcasters here. Let's get Pete. Can it work on Peter and Quincy?
Yeah, it can work, you know, but it's not like you know. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right.
So who are classic method actors then?
Well, this is the classic with Dustin Hoffman.
hi, Mark.
When he was in the film with Laurence Olivier.
Yeah.
And he upset Laurence Olivier so much with his technique, you know, being in the moment. And Laurence Olivier said, just say the bloody line.
Manos, what do you think about that? Exactly.
Well, I actually talk about that in.
We talk about it. Yeah, that's interesting.
That's hilarious.
Well, the line that everyone says he said was, "Why don't you try acting?"
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
You know.
Dear boy.
Yeah, but you know, I would argue, okay, but what is acting? You know, and I've heard Dustin Hoffman talk about that he was that whole thing is taken out of context. That because he was basically what he was doing, he was jogging because his character was the marathon man, I think, and so he was jogging every morning and tiring himself out. And Olivier just said, "Why don't you try acting?" And he's like, "Whatever," something like that. But if you see, there's an interview with him on Inside the Actors Studio with Dustin Hoffman explains what actually happened in that situation. But I feel that line, "Why don't you try acting?" Many actors go to that line as an excuse to be lazy.
So
that's my
like ChatGTP.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. Because, they're like, yeah, let's just try acting then, right? But, because Laurence Olivier was a method actor of sorts, right? Because he wasn't an actor who said, I'm enough, right? He was an actor who said, how do I build my character? You know, in every role you watch him, there's such great different variations in character.
Oh, he used to change his nose and...
Yeah, you know.
So would Jim Carrey be known as a good method actor?
I don't know. Yeah, possibly in some.
I'm only going by some of the roles you played, like Musk and Detective.
Yeah, but this is it. Method acting is like every role. It's you ask the question, what do I need to do for this role? You know, and it's not like I talk about this a lot. Like a lot of people think what method acting is where you go around and believe you're the character. You know, but that's not what it is. It's just basically how do you build a character? It's acting, you know, but it's like the best way I describe it is because you're using your own personal experiences because the writer wrote the writing, right? Because they were inspired by something in their own life, right? So you as the actor then have to find what is it that matters to you in your own life so you can then translate that into the script. But it's the same way as if someone just broke up with you, you're gonna connect with breakup songs or ballads because you're gonna see them, hear them in a way you never heard them before.
100%. Right? Do you know what? It reminds me of that time Joaquin Phoenix. Oh yeah. When he was playing the Joker, but before it came out, there were talks of him. They were saying that he was going mad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's some behind the scenes stuff where the crew aren't big fans of his method. Actually, they weren't.
And I remember even on the talk show.
Yeah.
And it was just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then didn't he find out the movie's out?
That makes sense.
I don't know.
I'm very interested to watch that. So you show examples. You teach.
Well, let's try something on these guys. How about, because it's a positive show, how about they try and be happy about something that's not positive? Is that something that we could do? How about
happy about something?
How about they talk about America taking over Greenland and Canada in a positive way, and use channel something to make them feel positive about it? Could that work? Is that
I guess so. Do you have a line for them?
So how about something like, all right, so what do you guys, what's something that's negative that we could turn into a positive about Donald Trump for you guys?
Something negative.
He's going to take over. He's going to Gulf of Mexico that you talk about. Let's do. All right. So Gulf of Mexico. Donald Trump wants to turn that into the Gulf of America.
It's Gulf of America.
Okay. So for Quincy to say something like, "I think that's really cool," because I don't know, is that a way to do it? So I think that's a great idea because then Americans will be able to have their own Gulf. So how?
I think you can do it without method acting that. Right?
I get what you're saying.
What's something negative that you had in the press recently? What jokes did you say that were take negative and turn that into a positive?
Yeah.
What was it? Denzel? No. Was it the
Well, I basically said.
The guy who got the Dubai police got done by the Dubai police.
Oh yeah, Marcus Fokana.
Yeah.
Free Marcus Fokana. So yeah, he was out there. I should have sent you a VO. You could go and visit him.
Oh, yeah.
Day off, yeah.
So
I'm Santa Claus.
You thought
what do you want? Your freedom?
The mother of the young lady that he had the dalliance with, you weren't keen on.
No, I wasn't too happy.
So could he say something positive about her by using the power of method?
I mean, this is just taking things out of proportion. It's
no pressure.
Could he say something positive? Well, what do you want to say? Let's hear it.
What about the mum?
Yeah.
Apart from being a bit.
Yeah. What would you like to say?
Something positive. In times of need, motherly instincts kick out.
Right.
In times of need, motherly instincts kick in.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, okay. I believe that. Yeah.
How do you say that would he use something? Was it he'd have? What was that?
Breakfast.
The breakfast.
Can you just sense your own mother? Right.
Yeah.
Just take a moment and just hear your mother's voice. You know, like when she's, taking care of you when you're sick or something, when you were sick, and, try and think of a moment when you were proud of your mother, maybe. Yeah? Is that having an effect?
Yeah,
and now say the line.
In times of need, and motherly instincts kick in.
That was, I thought that was
there you go.
Poignant.
That
was like, I almost cried. I almost cried. You almost cried, yeah? No, right.
And for you,
I've never seen you so vulnerable and sensitive before.
Let's say, for Peter, how about, Peter, you had some expenses issues in Dubai. So the client that sent you in without money, if you had to say something nice about them, how would you say it now?
Well, the fact that I had to go 2 weeks without any money, the positive is that I didn't spend it.
So now, let's get.
I like that, respect. I like that.
Money saved is money earned.
And you lost a couple of pounds.
So at the moment you're quite negative about it. Let's turn that into positive. Again,
Okay. What do you like? Chocolate? Like what makes you? What excites you?
Sex.
Okay. All right. Fine.
What kind of sex?
Just
keep it civil.
Just imagine.
Sorry, the comment came out of me there.
Yeah.
Joking.
Right.
Sex.
No, I do. I love chocolate.
Yeah, you can do the sex or the chocolate. It doesn't matter.
They both go together.
Yeah, just sense.
Album, by the way.
Sense the chocolate. The taste of the chocolate. The first bite you take out of the chocolate. Sense the the touch of it, you know, sense.
Whose body is it on? He's licking his lips.
You licking it off of, you know.
Denzel Washington.
Christian Bale.
Okay.
I'm not saying.
And now say the line.
I've got to think of someone your age. Gene Hackman.
Yeah. There you
Look
go.
at it, Humphrey Bogart.
Charlie Chaplin.
Sorry.
And now say the line.
I still can't remember what I said now.
Money.
You weren't saying nothing. You were just imagining
Yeah.
filthy shit with chocolate on some actor's body.
So how does the client, they did you bad, but money is.
I had to go 2 weeks without any money.
Nice. That felt different to me.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
But also, can I just say this experiment is not
Method acting.
not exactly, not quite, because here you wanted us to force an emotion.
Yeah.
But the whole point of method acting is that it doesn't matter what you're feeling, whatever you are feeling though, how does the character channel that, deal with that, you know? Because if I'm angry, I might smash the table, but if somebody else is angry, they might, you know,
internalize it,
straighten their tie or
I'm going with Lawrence.
different.
Just
but that's
just
character.
do the line, mate.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, like some people, Beryl Reid, who's a famous character actress, she started with the shoes. That's how she built her part, because that affected the way she walked, and the way she moved, posture.
It's
and
very
everything.
important. The clothes as well and everything, and because you just don't want to feel like you. And there's many different things you can do, but also like some actors, what they do as well is they pick someone that they've either met in real life or someone who's like Meryl Streep does this. Is she bases all her characters on some figure, political or whatever, watches loads of videos just to change her rhythm. That doesn't mean that's all you need to do, of course not, but it, you know.
So as a comedian then, because when we're on stage and we're telling stories and jokes and we're talking about people, because I do morph into characters like my mum, and family members, or anybody about experience like a job's worth. If it's that story for that time. So would you class comedians of unconsciously, subconsciously method act?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the better you play the characters, you know, I mean, that's more of a mimicking, but I would say in stand-up, the more sincere and genuine you are in doing the setup, you know, but also the punchline.
So
but
Richard
it's a radical change, you
Richard
know.
Pryor's Live on Sunset Strip, have you ever seen that when he talks about in the woods with his dad?
Oh yes, yeah.
And he's like, "You're on my foot." Snake. That, because you literally, it went away from him telling gags, and then you followed him in this scene of him and his dad in the woods hunting his bear.
Yeah.
And you didn't see this. I didn't see the stage. I just visualized him in this woods. These two father and son black guys in the woods. After he spoke about black people don't go to hunting back then, but that to me would emphasize probably subconsciously method acting, but Richard Pryor being himself.
But method acting, the only reason we have a thing called method acting is because acting is one of those fields where a lot of people think, oh, you just have to be yourself. But if you're a musician, you need to know how to play the guitar or the piano, whatever you play. You need to know how to read music. And if you don't practice, then you're not going to be ready for the concert, right? But with acting, you know, learning the lines is just like one of the minimal things you need to do. You know, it's like, how do you bring life to those lines?
This conversation, I love how it's, because looking at method acting is all different. If you look at geniuses of whatever discipline they're good at, they bring their own, like footballers model themselves off players, styles, the way they kick the ball, the way they anticipate. So you could take that method acting into people's abilities.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the great actors in the old days, like, you know, Laurence Olivier, Richard Burton and stuff, it was because they were so inside of them, there was so much going on that they needed something like acting to channel all that.
I love how actors, I suppose they use method acting when they portray sports personalities. Even going back to Denzel, when Malcolm X. I saw Malcolm X. I didn't see Denzel Washington.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. I need to watch that. Have I seen it?
But that is the thing, isn't it? That you, as an actor, it's a job as well in terms of you have to get there at 9 o'clock. You have to start filming at 10 o'clock and all that. Yeah. So to just be, you know, angry or upset or sad, just to turn it on just like that, you need tools.
Yeah.
That's what
method acting is. It's like, because if you're a painter, you have time to sit and wait, but with acting you've got to do it on the moment. Curtain, action, you know. But I gave an example, and you just need to feed yourself with the more information you can.
I'm going to take you up on your offer, my friend.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a great little section.
If you want to find out more, there's a fantastic podcast on iMotion Media's YouTube, so you do check it out. This show is sponsored by TNK Medical. Please check them out, and we shall be back on the next episode. Say goodbye, fellas.
See ya.